Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another day of Kit Conspiracy. I'm a little late in getting this one up, but it's going up anyway. So I have this photo of the group of us at the last retreat I hosted in January, and this is the group that has been getting together for, well, my friend who started this retreat started it. COVID year would have been her 20th year running it, and I kind of took it over after COVID, and it's still in large part most of the people that attended pre-COVID. We just had to find a new location and such. But anyway, the location we're at is the location that I've been retreating at for the last couple of years now, and we really enjoy getting our photo done in front of this windmill. And with all of the storms that were in California this year in January, we did this photo kind of impromptu, last minute, as the sun was going down, because we realized, or I realized, that this might be the only chance that it wasn't pouring rain. So we all quickly went out there and grabbed this photo as the sun was going down, which is why the sky is so like periwinkle. It's such a beautiful sky. But anyway, the windmill is the perfect color to go with this paper from 49 and Market. It's one of the orange ones, and I am using the rub-on little I don't know what they're considered, tabs. I don't know. They're really pretty though. And so I thought I would go ahead and use those to kind of bring in more, they call it a palette rub-on. Anyway, bring in more of those orange colors in varying shades, and I really like the way that it looks. And then I'm going to add in some leaves and flowers from the laser cut elements pack. Oh my goodness. And then just pulling in another little piece of the paper that I had ripped off on the back side. This paper has like a collage paper, and so it had a lighter kind of almost white with some print on it, and so I pulled that in and tucked it in behind the top of the photo. And now I do want to add a little greenery. There is some greenery in the bottom left hand corner, and I covered up most of what you could see of greenery in the upper right, so I'm going to bring in a little bit more of that. And then I'm pulling out some of the flowers that are just in the oranges and veering towards red or almost gold for some of those. And I'm really liking the way that it looks. The Spectrum Sherbert collection really lends itself to monochromatic layouts. And I really enjoy monochromatic layouts anyway, but it makes it really easy to do them because you can just keep layering different shades of the same color, one right on top of the other, and it just looks great. So I really enjoyed ripping off the two edges and having all of those little rub-on palettes sticking out. I thought that looked really cool. I am going to add a title, and I'm using a larger font for this. I'm using one of the Pink Fresh die sets, and I think it's Heather, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll look that up and put it in the description box down below for you. And my title is going to be Scrapaway, because that is what we call our scrapbooking event. I considered just using the outlines, but I thought it was a little bit too light. And the outline, since it is an outline, it makes the letters a little bit larger than, actually I kind of like it looking at it on the screen, but it makes it a little larger than if you just use the solids. So I'm going to switch to the solids here and just go with Scrapaway in the solids. But now that I'm looking at it, I really do like it this way. So I don't know. I'll have to do that on another layout. And so that the die cuts both the outline and the inside, so you can use either one. And then I'm using the die set that came with my little Tim Holtz Sizzix Sidekick there to cut the 2023, because that is the year that this photo was taken. And it's kind of funny because we hosted it, or she hosted it, so for so many years at the prior location, it's really hard to go back and tell which photo is from which year. without having the date stamp on them. So I have a feeling this is going to become the same way if we just can keep doing this. So putting the year on it's super important. And I'm terrible about remembering to put the dates on things. So I'm definitely making it an effort to do that. Now I am layering up some of the other laser cut elements up here at the top, so it looks like there's some papers sticking out in some varying colors of orange and kind of a peachy yellow color, and I'm liking how that is looking. I also really like that in the photo a lot of us are wearing jeans and the colors all kind of match this particular layout. In fact, the sweatshirt I'm wearing matches those dark red flowers, so that works totally in my favor. Most of our pictures are usually during the daytime, and actually the last one I hosted in April, we couldn't even go out by the Windmill because it was so windy. We had to have a little bit of a windbreak, so we had to do it by the side of the house instead. But the Windmill definitely does make a really great backdrop, so kind of fun. And the blue in the Spectrum Sherbet collection did not match the sky in this at all. It's the blue is a lot more towards the teal side or the turquoisey side, and so it just really conflicted with it. So that is why one of the reasons I decided to go with this orangey color instead. And I really like how it turned out. So I am layering up my letters just a little bit. I'm not intending them to be perfectly straight, and I am kind of purposely going a little wonky with them and having them touch each other because the word is so big and I chose a large font. I probably could have chosen a smaller font to have it fit a little bit better, but that's okay. I'm happy with the way that it turned out, and I just used a different piece of the Spectrum Sherbet paper to go ahead and cut those out, and in large part that paper is white with just a little bit of shading on it, so it would show up well on this orange paper. Now, don't forget to go and check out what MK has done for today or Saturday. I'm sure this is going to actually go live after midnight, so it will technically be Sunday, and maybe you've already seen what she's done today, but go and check it out if you haven't, because she always does awesome stuff, and we are really having fun using our Spectrum Sherbet kits. Our kits are actually so big, we're probably going to have leftovers still after February, so you may be seeing this coming up again, seeing more of this kit coming up again in the future, because I've just got so much of it. It's so pretty. I think I bought multiple sets of some of the papers in the collection, and I definitely bought 2 sets of those laser cut elements for both the warm colors and the cool colors, and the acetate leaves, I did the same thing. I bought 2 sets of them because they're just so cool. Now I'm just really liking the way that 2023 looks. It is the same color as the little notebook paper that I tucked in up at the top, bringing in some of that kind of peachy yellow, and I'm going to bring in a label down to the bottom of the layout to bring it in over to the bottom left hand corner, and I really like the way that that ends up looking. I'm just trimming off the white edge of this piece, and I'm going to tuck it in as well. I am inking up these things with black Soot Distress ink. It is probably the #1 color that I use for inking. I just like the way that it looks. It gives it a nice sharp edge. And here's that yellow label that I was talking about. I've just got to figure out where I want to place that. I'm also going to bring some more leaves down to this cluster in the bottom left-hand corner, because even though it's printed on the paper, I feel like it needs more. I've got more going up the right-hand side of the photo, so I thought more would work well on the bottom left as well. Tucking in another leaf over onto the right-hand side just to bring in a little bit more of that greenery and a little contrast to the orange. I think that looks really good. And the label is now tucked in. I'm just going to be able to probably write the location on there, even though, I mean, I know what it is because I've retreated here several times, but maybe in 20 years I might not remember. I have no idea. Hopefully in 20 years we're still doing this, because that would be really amazing and awesome, but you never know. So Always good to have those things noted down. Now here's where I'm just going to go through the laser cut elements and bring in some different colors of layers of leaves to this bottom left hand side, and I'm going to use the same leaves that I used on the right hand side, or the same flowers that I used on the right hand side. I'm going to bring in a few of those down here on the bottom left just to mirror or repeat the same kind of colors and textures. And that is one reason I was really glad I bought 2 packs of those laser cut elements, because I didn't really have enough of these really dark orange ones in one pack. So I was glad to have them in a second pack so I could use them in multiple spots. Even that little leaf I just cut off the right hand side is getting used, and I'm tucking that in on the bottom left, bringing in a little bit more green. All those little bits and pieces really do help a layout, even if it's just a tiny bit. And you would normally think it would just be waste, but it's not. It works well. Bringing in a couple of butterflies over here to finish things off. I'm liking how that's coming together. I put a little bit of foam underneath the wings of the butterfly, and then I put the center of the butterfly directly on the paper, the background paper, with a little liquid glue, and have my tweezers just kind of holding it there so that it could set up. And that will make sure or ensure that my butterfly wings do not get stuck or get flattened down in my album. That is it, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. I apologize for putting this up late, but my layout is done, and I really enjoy that little piece that says "My heart is so happy," because this event does make me very happy, and I'm really happy to be with this group of fabulous ladies that I've been scrapbooking with for more than a decade. So anyway, have a great day. I will see you guys again real soon with another layout. If you enjoyed this one, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe. See you soon. Bye bye.